a couple of things. Also, a couple of reminders I want to send your way as well. But the first thing before we get into any of that, if you were here this past Sunday, we talked about the prodigal son and talked about what it means to get your spiritual swagger back. And within that service, we had two students exchange their life for the life of Christ. And we had three other students who actually recommitted their lives to Christ. And it's just a beautiful picture of what God is doing and has done in this ministry over the last 2.5 years. Just in 2012 alone, we've had over 30 students exchange their lives for the life of Christ. And that is a blessing, and that's something we never want to get used to or take for granted. We are grateful that God would do that in our midst and allow us to be a part of what He's doing here. And so it's just an example of us seeing God lead common students to uncommon life in Christ. And so we want to celebrate His work here. With that said, a couple of quick things I wanted to throw your way just as reminders more than anything. But Wednesday night, we had a couple things going on. First off, if you have a knack for hospitality or you just have a real gifting for just being able to throw big parties, we want you to be involved in our meeting. It's going to be at 6:15. It's going to be in the conference room here in the Student Center. And what we're going to be doing is brainstorming about the 4 Wednesdays that we've got throughout the summer that we've designated to be pre-impact events. And basically what these pre-impact events are opportunities for students to check out Grace Point for the first time. And so the emphasis is on fun, the emphasis is on community, and then just experiencing what it means and how special it is to be a part of this youth ministry. And so we want you to be a part of that, to hear your input, your thoughts about what those nights could look like. And so anyway, we're going to be meeting from 6:15 to 7 o'clock. We get out at 7, so you still can meet with your small group and do all of that. But we would love you to be a part of that if that's something you would like to weigh in on and give your 2 cents on and help us figure out how to make those the best pre-impact events possible. So that's Wednesday night. Also, for our students, for our leadership track students and their parents, we are holding a special little meeting for those who still need further clarification about Super Summer and the Harlingen trip and any questions or concerns they may have. We want to make sure everybody feels satisfied with just how the summer calendar looks and making sure that all their questions get answered. And so we're going to try to get them back to their small groups in a relatively short amount of time. So anyway, just wanted to let you know that. So if you have any questions about that, let me know. Otherwise, we will be meeting in the study, which is actually over in the FLC building, just to help parents and students get on the same page if there are any further questions that they need answered. So anyway, that's what that's about. But then we're going to shoo them out, get them into small group, where a couple of things are going to be happening tomorrow night. Number one, we're going to have a night of worship. So that'll go from 6:30 to around 7:15-ish at the latest. We'll dismiss the students out. They will go to the small groups where you guys are. You're just going to have a time of sharing, talking about the school year, just talking about where they wound up and where they're at spiritually. And you may need to discuss where their spiritual swagger is at, as we've been talking about the last 2 Sundays. And just kind of hitting the reset button, understanding that God's grace goes beyond their last sin, and just encouraging them and helping them just lay that there and finish this year well. And so in addition to that, towards the end, there's a small survey that your student's going to get. It's anonymous. We're just going to ask what they felt was the most valuable to them this past school year. What did they like most? What didn't they like? What changes can we make to give them a better experience within their small groups, but also on Sunday mornings and youth ministry as a whole? And so we want to hear from them. And so take a moment, encourage them to fill those things out, turn them back in, and we will take all of those things to heart as we continue to look forward to the fall, and we reshape our programming based upon the needs and the felt needs that our students have and that you've got. So with that said, we're going to be looking at the fall and bringing in some changes, bringing in some freshness to, especially to our Sunday morning programming, and I'm excited about that. This coming summer, we're going to be doing this thing called the GPS Mystery Tour, and so every single Sunday is going to be different completely every single Sunday. So it's going to be fresh, it's going to be new, we're going to be trying some new things, Ryan and I, and so that should be exciting, and we're going to just kind of test out some ideas that may work for the fall to be able to bring in more students, make it more accessible to those who are coming and want to come and be a part of what we're doing. So that's what's going on with that. So that's Wednesday night. And then, of course, the rest of the summer, the following Wednesday, or I'm sorry, the rest of the school year is on the 30th. We've got our outside games. We're just going to have a game night where we're just doing a lot of crazy stuff using this wonderful land that God has provided us to do a lot of stuff. We're going to be playing kickball, dodgeball, anything that involves a ball. We will probably be doing it. And this is just your time to hang out and celebrate the year with your students. Have a great time with them. It's not going to be heavily programmed. This is just our night to hang out and be a family together. And so that's what's going on. And of course, the summer we take Wednesday nights off. So I hope that you enjoy your Wednesday nights. Don't feel guilty about not being here. I want you to take that time with your family and just have a wonderful, wonderful summer. So anyway, that's kind of what's going on for this week. If you have any questions, let me know. You will also notice that we started a GPS parent page on Facebook. And so start passing that around to all the parents as well. I hope that you've contacted all your parents and introduced yourself and just kind of touch base with them, and also put together a summer calendar to where you can keep up with your students throughout the year, throughout the summer, and be able to make sure that they stay connected to you and you to them. So if you haven't done that, you got one day left to do that. Let us know what your calendar is so we can put it on our calendar and be able to champion it and make sure that everything goes well. So anyway, just a little short message to get out to you guys. Just know that I love you, and I'm so proud to serve with you guys, and I'm excited for some new stuff that we're going to be introducing to you very soon. So the best is yet to come. Be well, and I will see you soon. Bye.